This is episode 4. Yeah. Crazy.
Another episode before. I didn't know.
Yeah. You're on the 4th one, man. Episode 4 of the weekly sit down, ladies and gents. You know him. If you don't know him, let me introduce you to David, aka Yoda, a very, very awesome supporter of the channel. I think we met through From Within, didn't we?
I think it was.
Dude,
yeah.
that's crazy, man.
I've known him for a while, to be honest. I've known him for probably since I began my YouTube channel.
Really? Bro, isn't he like almost at 20K? That man is growing.
And to be able to do what he does, because now he's ventured out. I'm pretty sure you saw it. He went from Apex. Now he plays a little bit of Call of Duty every now and then. And
Okay.
Fortnite as well.
And Fortnite? Good.
Yes, he's added that to what he does.
Well deserved, man. I like this attitude, and I'm almost positive that's where we met, and we met in chat.
Yes.
Crazy world, man. And we got to get into that later. The way you are, like, I like it a lot. And I carry myself the way you do, but you kind of inspired me in the way I move. But like I said, David aka Yoda, guys, fellow streamer, content creator as well. Very well respected within the community. As far as I'm concerned, he's been really good to us. He's been really good to other Fall Guys creators, which is interesting because he's not that into it. Like, you don't really play that much Fall Guys, but yet you're very like community oriented. Everyone knows you, respects you.
I can download it at any given time.
Yeah. Very dynamic. It's cool. So
I kind of
go ahead.
get competitive.
Okay, we'll get into that, but yeah, it's an honor to have you here. I had to get you on. I'm excited to get you on. I think more people should hear about you, hear your story. You have some very interesting stories in your channel, by the way. I saw a couple of them. We could talk about that as well.
Yeah.
A lot of life experience. I don't want to assume your age because I don't want to offend you, but you have that wise wisdom. You know what I'm saying? And I think there's a lot that if you're interested just in life skills in general, I would check out David. So David, thank you for being here, man. How you feeling today, by the way? How are you?
Great, man. Even better, even better after my my Warriors one. So
that's hype. That's the hype, huh? Everyone's talking about that.
Man. I was, man. Like, I am such a huge Warriors fan. If people really do that, not a bandwagon. If I started to like that team before Kevin Durant even went to that team, how am I a bandwagon? Like, Kevin Durant's my favorite player. I will say that, but my team is the Warriors, so that's completely different. People want to say I'm bandwagon. I'll let them say it.
But at the end of the day, you've been a fan of them even from the jump, basically.
Yeah, I've been since back in the Monte Ellis days.
Yeah. It seems like you're not the only one because my chat was flooded, with Warriors fans. It seems like everybody seems to be really liking them. So I don't bandwagon or not. I mean, at some point when it's the final, you got to pick a side, right? You got to pick one.
Yes, that's how it works. Man. I tell everybody, like, I'm not a LeBron hater. But I'm just tired of him going to the finals like almost every single year. Like, oh, he's better than Michael Jordan. I just get tired of it, bro. He's a good player. Doesn't make him better than Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's stats speak for itself. The dude never lost in the finals or something like that. Like, it's right there in history. Like, LeBron has so many losses. Come on, he's a great player though. He will always go down in history as one of the best players in the league. Simple, just like Kobe Bryant. Let's call it as it is, just like Kobe Bryant.
Yeah. Always go down as one of the GOATs.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So, if you don't mind, bro, talk to us about how your journey started. I know we met, like I said, we met through From Within. You're in the chat, lurking, chilling, talking.
Funny because if you look at my, well, I'm not gonna say look, but when I looked back and when I first created like a YouTube, just to have a YouTube, I only had it back in the days, literally when I was in high school, man. And I had it all the way back then, but I never really took it serious or nothing like that until I moved out here in Long Island.
Okay.
Like, I started my YouTube career 3 years ago, 4 years ago. but I was just a supporter. I would be literally everywhere.
Mm.
I mean it, with one phone at one point. One phone, just everywhere, all the time, because I had the time.
Yeah.
I had the time,
Right,
you know.
right. And
I didn't.
what did you learn while you were doing that?
Um, I learned my rights. I learned, right and wrong. Like I didn't know policy wise what to say, what not to say, what to do, what not to do, especially when you're going into live stream. So I learned the hard way. People would time me out sometimes, and people would give me the boot, but I didn't really know because I was still just getting the gist of how everything is, how it goes.
You mind
I
being
didn't.
you mind being specific on that, like for our viewers? Like, what do you mean,
Well,
like the way the rules are in a live
like, hey,
stream?
what's up, man? I'm like, hey, I'll pop into your stream, this, that, and the third. Like, I would say that sometimes in live streams, and I didn't know at first that, that's kind of like almost self promoting other people, and I didn't really know that. But, I just starting, who would know? Who would know? You're
Yeah,
just a guy that watches people.
yeah,
You don't know what the streamers know. And I learned, like obviously you learn and you grow. Everything to me still to this point is a learning curve. I'm still growing. I'm still learning. And I do watch people bigger than me and even people smaller than me. People think I don't support the small people. You got to look out for the little guy in a sense. This YouTube career is like not just about the people that are blowing up. I know so many people that went right past me. Do I feel any type of way about it? No, I don't. I just go how I do my thing. Hey, I'll get there one day. Good job on what you did, bro. Keep grinding. Simple, simple. But I've always had my ups and downs. A lot of adversity I dealt with. Uh, I learned a lot from my mistakes. I'm a very open-minded person, and I'm very open on how I speak, how I approach myself, anything, like in general. So it's like it's always one thing to do this, but then it in the moment it is hard. You will make wrong decisions, and people are gonna hate you for it. People are gonna respect you for it. You just move forward. That's how I look at it. Like I'm not perfect, but hey, I improve. And I watch a lot of. That's why I surround myself with good vibe people. I look around the community for a lot of good vibes, and I like to chill in a lot of streams sometimes. Sometimes I want to just enjoy life. Like I try to like balance everything, and it's difficult sometimes because a lot of people before that weren't on the grind are more consistent with it now. So it's like it's really tough to keep up with people when they're let's say one stream a week or something like that, and then they just drastically change in the next couple of months to 4 or 5 times, 6 times. I'm like, how do you really keep up with that then? It's
right.
not easy. I
No,
try, but I'm not perfect, man. But at least with a tablet now, it is helpful. But I wish I did have a laptop. Like at one point, I'm gonna get a laptop, and I feel like it'll just answer all my problems and
yeah,
make it so less stressful on me. To be honest, I feel like I have more freedom.
right. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about too. Like a couple things about that. The hardware you use. I really respect my man's grinding on the PS4, bro. I used to look up to PS4 streamers all the time. I went to be like, yo, like, first of all, it doesn't get enough credit that it deserves. The UI is pretty decent. It doesn't, you're not, blowing minds, but it's there and it does what it needs to do and it does it well. And you're doing that and it feels right. I don't know. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense.
I tell people this as well. Like I don't have like a PS4 Pro. A lot of people really thought I had a PS5, and I was just like, does this look like a PS5 though?
That's what I'm saying. It don't feel like you're on a PS4, bro. It just you're so natural at it. It just feels like, oh yeah, it's a good stream. Just a chill stream, you know what I mean? Chill is what I get. So like seeing that, especially when the PS4 first came out, I really used to like look up to people who would stream on PS4 and do well. I'm like, man, like it really made me feel like, dang, even I can do it, you know?
I look up to a lot of people, and especially the people that I get to catch sometimes that
Mm-hmm.
play on the Xbox, because for the Xbox you need a capture card to stream on the YouTube. You can directly do it from Twitch, which is weird. I don't understand. I've never really had the Xbox to that point where I could see it, but a lot of people that are Xbox players usually go over Twitch because you could just do the same thing that you do on the PS4 right under Xbox, but only Twitch is available. You need
Right.
like a account for YouTube, which is ridiculous. I think it's very ridiculous, bro. And then people who do it on a PC, I know the setup is way more time consuming,
Yeah.
and it's not always smooth. You know,
No.
you'll have your lookups, OBS, and everything. Streamlabs sometimes everything acts up. It's got to be right and perfect, and that's why when I go to a lot of people that are on PC, I pay attention to what they do, and I try to like not mimic them at all, but I try to like remember how they do things. And when I get into a certain or familiar or similar situation, I try to approach it with the same mindset, but I try to be very respectful to everybody that is currently there. I don't want to like make anybody feel a certain type of way. You know, I just try to have like a good vibe and just be respectful and try to speak in a grown up type of way.
Yeah.
I don't want to like kind of knock anybody that's not really a grown up yet, because you're gonna get people that are like under 18. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know how I talk in my stream. I try to tone it down a lot more lately, though. I really really do. I think before I used to do, you know, say how whatever the heck I wanted to say, and now I toned it down. I felt like I had to tone it down, especially now with how YouTube is and how it's changed. It's a beginning of this year completely.
Yeah, like apparently they're a little more
Child friendly.
yeah, yeah, they're very they're harping on not only the cursing in the beginning of the video, but now it's like throughout the video if there's too much.
Yep.
You can even lose, you know. I think you'll at least at the very minimum you'll get the yellow S for the monetization. So it's interesting how it kind of, I don't know if you feel like you have to or if it's like ruining your flow. Cause bro, I'm gonna be honest, man, like you're funny, bro. Like you're like when you be like yesterday's stream, the Star Wars Jedi, I was cracking up watching you play, bro. Cause you know what I mean? You sitting there, you talking a little shit, you're having fun, bro. Like you're East Coast dude like me. That's how we play. You know what I mean? Like it's not personal. It's not, you're not out here attacking people. You just having a little fun, talking a little smack. You know what I mean? She gonna catch the fade, like stuff like that. It's funny. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what I tell people. Like,
right.
I'm not a pro streamer. I tell people that I'm not a pro gamer. The way I play it, I just try to have fun with the game. And hey, if I'm making you guys laugh and you guys are enjoying it, you know what? Job well done on my part. That's all I want. And I try to never tell anybody. Of course, people are not gonna believe me, but it's never about money. It's never about memberships. It's just you coming in when you can, if you want, however long you want to stay. Feel free. Kick your feet back if you want. I know there's a lot of people that probably grind when I grind. I don't always choose the best times, but you know what? Feel free to show them the love too. You can always come back. I'll be here for a couple of hours if anything. No worries. Just thank you for stopping by. And I'm just being a lot more grateful and appreciative. And I felt like before, when I was going through my struggles, the beginning of this year and towards the end of last year, I kind of fell off of that and away from that, and it did hurt my channel a little bit. But it's you know, when we all go through tough times, everything, you know, stuff happens, and it's just like we get out of our character of who we are, and it just took me a long time to get back to who I am today, and it just feels really good to be back to who I was before all the craziness happened and everything. You know, I was really not myself for like at least 7 months. At least 7 months, bro. And it's hard.
Could you talk about it?
Well, what specifically you want to know about that?
Like,
you can.
Like, what do you feel like was like messing you up for those 7 months? Could you talk about it? I know
the heartbreak with my last ex.
Brutally honest Yoda here. Lay it on us, man. So what was bothering you?
The fact that everybody I came across last year, the friendships that we had built, the bonds we had built to each other, for everything to break down the way it did, the way it happened. First the friends stepping away, also saying that I just don't understand how you can let a friendship go on for so long on YouTube, game, co-op, collab with each other, let it go on for a year or a little more, and then say, not even directly to me, to somebody else within the group itself, and they sent me the screenshots and I saw everything, that I left a taste in their mouth for many months. This is
Mm.
what out of their own mouth for many months, and they just couldn't handle it anymore. But like, how many months was that? Why would you even let the friendship drag this long, and then to never be a man enough to tell me,
Right.
to go about everybody's backs and like talk about me? Like I didn't even do that, and I was unaware of anything. I never felt that.
Yeah.
So it was a shocking surprise. It was like one, then the other. Then the guy that sent the screenshot just stopped talking to me completely and just, really, bro? Like, I know you longer than him, man. You're gonna choose that? All right. It hurt. It did.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was close to everybody, man. I was close to all of them. And then what really bothered me was the breakup. The breakup happened like not even 2 months after that. And it was like one thing right after the other. And then it was just like other people started calling me out from old communities that I left. And I was just like, I'm not even talking about you.
Right.
But because somebody puts my name in their mouth and say I was right about you, you had the audacity to put me in your, like in your tab and talk about me. Like, I'm not going to see it. I can still go to your channel and see everything. Like, but I never said anything. So it's like, I started responding to that. Like, like, but why are you still hating on me, bro? Like, come on. Obviously, you're hating on me.
Yeah.
I'm not even saying nothing about you. Somebody else is saying it, just saying I was right. So this is something I said to them years ago, and now they're noticing it. It's not my fault. That's not my fault. You're the one that caused it. How did I cause that? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And then the breakup with my ex, it was just so weird. It was like I could see the distancing slowly and slowly, and I felt like there was something off, and just hit everything for me, man. Never talked to me about it. Started spacing away, distancing away, and then apparently she wanted to break up with me since she came out here to see me. Since after that, I'm like, but we're talking about like 6, 7 months ago. Where is this coming from? Why would you even let this go on to 2 years at that point then?
Wow.
Like you let it go on for 2 years for what? And then not even a month later, you're with somebody else? What?
Yeah. That's cold.
That's really cold. And how am I supposed to take that? Like, how can I take that at that point? Like, so the 2 years really meant nothing.
Yeah.
It really meant nothing, man. And I was just like, I was just lost for a long time trying to recover from that. I really couldn't because I had so much drama happening. And I was just like, it's just a little too much. I had to take a step back multiple times. I said I was going to come back. I did. And then I have to take another break because the job was getting to me.
Yeah.
Me coming to work with a hurt back, not even 100%, and just feeling pressured constantly while I'm back. And it felt like I was just completely targeted, man. Like I'm coming back off an injury that I really got hurt, and the job is like coming. I felt like the job was coming after me for what, man? I'm here. I'm trying to work. I'm trying to work with y'all, but you're pressuring me, and it's like you're not even putting what I just went through into consideration. Like it means nothing.
Yeah.
I wasn't the only one getting hurt. There were other people that got hurt,
Mm.
and it was just like, this is just a bit much, man. And then, just, little family issues here and all that. So it's just like, it was a lot, man. It was one thing right after the other. And then losing a job at the end of the year really was the last thing, and I took a long break from that, bro.
Yeah.
I wasn't around YouTube as much. And, like after I came back from my most recent vacation, I was not around YouTube that much because I felt burnt out. I felt completely burnt out, man. I was up in the mountains with no service like that. How can I support? I can't. I be in streams and it just continuous buffer, man. So I would just rewatch people when I can, and then I just grinded with my homie, collab, and like, yo, whatever happens, happens. Whoever comes, comes. Just hope they understand. And I let them know that too.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't really want the service right now. That's all.
Yeah.
When I come back, I'm gonna come back with a passion, and I did. But then I took a mini break to kind of just take time for myself because
Yeah.
I did feel burnt out.
Yeah.
And now that I'm back to being me, you see me around a lot more.
Yeah.
You see the energy's back, the grind is back. I'm being around for everybody, and I'm glad they realize that yo, I'm back. This is me. Feels good to be back. I'm here for you guys. Just want everybody to know that and stuff like that. Now I'm gonna get back to work, so it's like positive things are finally happening for me, man, and it just feels good. I'm just taking it all in. I'm just
Yeah.
going with the flow. Just going with the
Yeah.
flow. I'm talking to somebody new as well, and that's been going well. I mean, we had a couple of hiccups, but I feel like the other night we really talked it out, communicated as we should, and just came to consensus that yes, we both had bad hiccups and like past exes, and we don't want to like relationship right now. And I think that was a little, like a misunderstanding that we kind of figured out.
Yeah.
So we just want to take it slow. Um, let's not stress about it. Yes, it happens. This wasn't how we imagined last night to go, but we're on the same page now. And hey, let's just one day at a time. No need to stress. I'm here when you want to talk. You know, don't
Yeah.
worry about it. Just want her to know that I'm there for her to talk. Don't want her to feel like I'm trying to push a relationship because I'm not. But I do want to get to know her a little more. And she is the same. She's just very busy and she's going through a lot at the moment. So I just had to realize that, understand that, and she had to realize where I was coming from, how I was trying to approach it. And I think we have a better understanding now. So we'll see, one day at a time. But we're
Yeah.
just feeling each other out still.
Okay.
But I'm glad that she made me aware of a lot of things that she didn't before. You know what I mean? I didn't know, but now I'm more aware of a lot of things, and I feel like that's good. Now we're on a really like the same level mindset wise on how to approach things.
Yeah.
You
Like
know.
it in what ways
So
do
yeah,
you
like I
feel
said,
like
it's a lot, man. I'm sorry, it was a lot.
No, it's okay, it's okay. It's a podcast, bro. We got all day. So what do you feel like was brought
Yeah.
out that you never noticed before?
About this one?
Yeah, like you're saying that she's like bringing things up about you never realized. Like what do you mean by that?
Okay, so I didn't know that. I guess probably maybe a lot of guys try to talk to her, stress her,
Mhm.
uh, put a lot of pressure on her, not relationship wise, but like just talk a lot of crap and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
she deals with like the general populace, is what she told me last night, in the best way to say it. And it gets annoying. And then that's why she's not really big on socializing at the moment. She used to be, but her ex kind of changed her and kind of made her that way. But she's kind of coming out of that as she talks to me, which is crazy. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm glad I could kind of bring you out of that a little bit. I don't want to pressure you. I'm sorry if you feel that way, but hey, I'm here. I'm not trying to be like anybody else. I'm just want her to know that I am there for her to talk to whenever she wants to
Yeah.
about anything, even to just shoot it, whatever. That's cool.
Yeah.
And if she can't talk sometimes because she's so busy, that's fine. It's okay. I don't mind waiting for you to get back to me when you can. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'll look at it a little bit differently than I was before. You know what I mean? But I can't know if I don't know none of these things. How can I know like what's really going on? And she was just telling me, dealing with work, dealing with she has to take care of her mother. I didn't know any of this before, and now she told me that almost every day, and then her mom stresses her a lot. So it's just like I'm glad she was telling me these things and kind of opening up a little bit.
Yeah.
It was something she hadn't done, but she started to do as of last night. And I was like, okay, so you know what? Now I got to look at it and approach it differently.
Yeah.
And it was also a lot of things that I felt that was still I had to kind of try to detach from my last because we were talking almost every single day, all the time,
Mm.
and I got used to that.
Yeah.
I had to kind of like back off that a little bit and just approach this completely differently.
Yeah, yeah. It feels like when like it's hard to remind yourself, but it feels like when you start a new relationship, you should start from ground zero and just completely reset. But that's just like our traumas and stuff coming out, and it seems like you guys at least like communicated about it, which is good.
Yeah, like I said, the communication wasn't there at times, but last night it was like a very, very good communication. Like I didn't go to bed till like 7 in the morning. Like we were
Wow.
talking for 2-3
You
hours,
guys were
man.
just cutting that onion, huh?
Yeah.
Layer by layer.
Opening up.
Yeah,
Oh, like
yeah.
really opening up.
I
Pretty much.
appreciate you sharing that type of stuff. You know, I'm sure some of the listeners can gain some knowledge and experience from, like, or should I say not experience, but they can gain some wisdom from that and realize that, you know, that's a key thing right there, right? Is that, you know, we may have our personal biases or experiences that affect new relationships, and we got to learn to kind of like realize like, hey, this is just a new person, different people, different expectations, different boundaries. And I feel like, at least in my experience, it feels like a lot of the times in relationships we have an expectation instead of just realizing it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have an expectation of someone and they don't meet it, so you get upset, but without realizing that, like, they might not even understand what it is that you're expecting. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, we have expectations, and and you know, the person that we're talking to doesn't meet it, and it's like, again, you can't let what you expect change who they are. Just take them as they are, and then if they want to compromise with you, then they can do that. You can't just like, you can't just mold someone. They have to do it themselves. Is basically what I'm saying. I don't know if you would agree or not.
That's
but
what I learned. Like that's what I was learning. And like,
right.
She even asked me, I don't know what you expect from me. And I just get busy and you know, I forget and stuff like that. I was like, oh, okay. So she asked it like 2 or 3 times to me. I was like, I realized I was kind of getting upset because she wasn't meeting the expectations, you know. But now I like realize I just gotta take it for what it is. And I told her, like, at the end of the day, you know, the communication may not be there right now, but I feel like that's something that can improve over time. So we'll just take it one day at a time.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, and in fairness to you, the same could be true on two things can be true at the same time. So we could have our expectations that you feel like aren't being met, so you get upset. But there's also the ability to meet in the middle and compromise, and you got to have that desire to change for this person, because, you know, it's not worth it if the other person is in distress the whole time. At some point, somebody's got to like lay their arms down, for lack of a better word, and be like, all right, I see this person has an expectation. I'm not meeting it. Let's see if there's something I can do to meet that, especially depending on how big of a deal it is. Like, a lot of the time stuff really ain't that deep, and then sometimes it is. You just got to know if it's one of those things, because, you know, again, credit to you. Like, if there's something you're expecting and you're not getting that, two things can be true. You may have an expectation that's a little too high, or it's not, and you really just aren't being met. So it's kind of one of those, it's difficult, you know? And relationships, man, I don't envy you, bro. I don't envy being in that single situation. It's hard out here, bro, especially nowadays.
But I think I took the best route possible and just backed off of everything. I didn't talk to any females at all, like flirt-wise or nothing, for like at least 5 or 6 months. Like, I really took a whole back step and I just concentrated on me.
Yeah.
Just focused on me, you know?
Do you feel like that?
The job, other than that, I focused on being myself and like opening up again, because I had cut myself off from my family and my friends, and I had to like fix that.
Yeah.
But I wasn't right. I waited till I got right, and then I fixed that pretty much.
Yeah. And you feel like it was worth it taking that long break, huh?
Oh yeah, man. Because I feel like I'm in a better mindset. I'm still working on a few things, but you know, I feel overall like that big like back step I took helped out a lot. It did.
That's good. That's good.
Give me time to focus on what really matters at the moment, which is pretty much at that time it was me.
Right.
It was me.
I feel like you kind of have a level of maturity you don't see very often with streamers in our level. Would that be a fair word to use? Like in our...
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I've know a lot of people that are like 40 years old, 50 years old. And I've learned from them, bro. Believe me. Like, their maturity level is crazy.
Yeah, like the way you carry yourself I don't know if it's like more to do with the way you were raised, though, bro. You're very, very respectful.
Uh, I tell everybody, and a lot of people probably scold me for this, that I was never really hit when I was a kid.
Hmm.
Like that kind of discipline never really hit me. It hit my
That's
brother and
fascinating,
my sister.
dude.
And
Can I say something
I
real quick? I
witnessed
don't mean to cut you off, bro, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you kind of like act like you did. Like the way you talk, it almost sounds like you got because I did, man. Like, you know that mouth can get you some beatings, you know what I mean? But it seems like
oh, it got me in trouble sometimes, but like bad, no. I knew when not to just,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I knew.
yeah. Like, so
My
do you
sister didn't, so
do you
that's
feel
not
like
my
you were
problem.
always like that? Like you kind of grew into that, or like walk me through that? Because I just it's just
Well,
rare. This is why you stood
right
out to me
now,
so much.
as you can see, I am definitely loose with how I talk a lot. And when I was younger, I couldn't be that way. When I
Right.
was younger, I couldn't really go outside and have fun like everybody else did.
Okay.
My mom was that strict, bro.
Mm.
Like I'm talking about 15, 16, 17. My mom was very strict,
Yeah.
but very overprotective of us too.
Mm.
And I think we realize that now. So the freedom we're entitled to now, I just I just basically take it as it comes. I'm grateful to have it. I just go with the flow, man, because I didn't have this when I was younger. So I tell everybody I I couldn't do this like streaming or anything like that when I was younger. You know, I couldn't go outside and hang out as I wanted to, as I am now. So it's like me going into all of these new things in my late teens, early 20s. I just I lived in the moment, man. I partied crazy. I did a lot of crazy things like for my age that I probably shouldn't do. But to me, my childhood was really my late teens and early 20s. And I tell people that because that's exactly how it was. I just didn't get to enjoy things a kid would normally do. But that's because where I grew up with, it was very dangerous,
Yeah.
deadly. The projects, the hood, gunshots around and all that, you can't really be outside.
Yeah.
You just can't be around, you know? So
Yeah.
that's why I never really got to go outside, like until I was in Manhattan.
Right. Yeah. I empathize with that feeling, man, because I kind of grew up in like a similar
Oh,
environment.
and the color.
Yeah. I'm glad that for the most part, you're still here with us. Every day above ground is a blessing, I'd say. So,
I
you
tell
know,
people I don't take life for granted, man. You just never know
yeah,
what can
unfortunately.
happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just be blessed to wake up and start a new day. That's
Yeah.
how I look at it.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of fellow homies that you were talking about earlier, man, let's talk about the crew that you be collabing with, man. If I could drop some names.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Dude, I love your guys, man. It's all compliments. It's all love. Latin 50 and Mario. I think you call him affectionately Twin. Is that correct?
I call him the twin. I call Latin and Mano.
Let's go.
We have somebody that plays with us every now and then, Triba. We have Latin's nephew that started playing with us recently. The other day, Death Baby. So they all are from Latin's crew, his clan specifically. And then we have somebody that every now and then we just wish he had a console. He's another PC player, and we don't have any games to. The only Call of Duty's the only game we could play with him on, which is crazy.
Oh, it's unfortunate, man. Dude, we gotta hook him up with a PS4, man. I mean, it can't be that big now. Now
He's
that
from India, man. He's from India.
y'all got a boy from India, yo.
Yeah,
That's dope.
he's from India, bro. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
We
he
call
really
him,
be
call him
just
La,
chilling with y'all,
him,
just hanging out.
and we call him La Jaquero. Yo, for real, man. The La Jaquero, the 250 ping master. Yo, I swear to God, yo, he'd be like glitching all over the map. We're like, yo, bro, you're just like instant you're teleporting, bro. What's going on? He's like, no, my internet, man. I'm like, bro, you just zoomed through the whole building. what is this?
Yeah, man, their servers can be goofy, bro. That's
He
dope though
loves
that he's down
amazing.
to chill with y'all, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, man. We love having him around, man. We try our best. You know, he recently got monetized, so you know we've tried to be there as
Nice.
much as we can for him. And these days he's down because he's trying to like get support from his own country, but
Mm.
you'd be surprised. People from India don't want to watch people from India stream.
Yo, isn't
It's,
that wild?
it is, bro.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
Yeah, the biggest market is us. We tend to watch them. Unless
Yeah,
it's like,
that's what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying, man. It's crazy. I'm just glad that I can help him grow. I can help bring new people to him and
yeah,
stuff like that. He has his ups and downs, but man, it's just I try to tell him just stay positive, man. Just be grateful for whatever you have. There's
yeah,
just people that can't even like get people in their streams like that. So you know, and they still go. You know, if they could do it, man, you got just be grateful for whatever you have. At the
yeah.
end of the day, I tell them.
Yeah, it's
You know?
tough, man, because to his credit, man, like I don't really see the Indian gaming community at the forefront. Like their mobile gaming market is huge. Like they're always on YouTube.
It is.
They be blowing up on mobile gaming, but like console/PC gaming, I don't really see India repping like that. What's good with y'all? What they doing over there, man? It's
I
mainly
still think
like,
I just think they don't have the greatest internet, period.
oh, yeah, that might be part of it. Yeah.
And everything's more expensive over there. The currency is way different.
Mm,
Way different.
okay.
Yeah.
Did he
Gotta
ever
work
talk
hard
about
for
it
it.
a little bit, or
What happened?
did he ever
If I
talk
want-
about it? Like how it is over there, like in terms of.
People drive crazy, he says over there. He's just like people just don't support me out here. Like people out here in India won't support other people in India. It's just weird.
Mm,
It's unfortunate. He's trying to, you know, gain supporters from out there. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Because he streams for us, it's like early morning, and I just be asleep.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
I tell him I'd be asleep, you know, and I get up, you're done.
yeah,
All I do is rewatch, you know. That's what I tell him. But I
yeah.
make it sometimes to hang out with him because he be in mines. He be in mines, man. So you know, I got to try to show that support when I can.
Yeah, yeah. I noticed that. Like you said that in one of your videos. I don't know if you want to discuss it, but you were talking about how you're gonna change the way you approach certain people or content creators. I don't know exactly how you were trying to word
Yeah.
it, but
Okay.
like,
So
go ahead, go ahead,
it's
clarify,
just how I've noticed, man. Like I
lay it
got a
down on
lot of
us.
respect for people, bro. Like people that got kids, people that work. But I feel like some people just use that as a cover.
Mm.
If that makes any sense, because
No,
there's a
go
lot of
ahead, go
people.
ahead, go on. I hear you.
Because people be telling me like, oh, you know, like, yeah, this is a mom, so she's a stay-at-home mom. She doesn't work.
Hmm.
She has a kid, but I'm like, she'd be busy and she got to do this and that, so she's doing a lot for her kid. But in all that, how do you expect to be gaining some support back from somebody like me or other people who love to support people if you're grinding 3 times a day, but then you're not around like that?
Mm.
Like you gotta put the time in for others as well, not just your own little crew. And I'm not saying she doesn't come by my channel. She does come by my channel when she can. Every a little bit more now. But there's other people that I look at. I'm like, you say you work, you live with your mans now because they were dating at one point, but now they live together, and I'm happy for them. And I'm cool as hell with them,
Hmm.
heavy. But they just don't pop by my channel like that. But I see them pop by for other specific people, and I'm just like, that's not the way it's gonna work with me.
Yeah,
That's just not the way it's gonna work with
yeah.
me. So if you want to pop into my channel once a month, I'm gonna pop into your channel once a month.
Give them the same energy.
The same energy,
Yeah.
because I feel like you can say this, that, and the third, but it's one thing to say, it's another thing to actually do it. People
Yeah,
don't realize that.
yeah.
Action,
In my
actions are
experience,
always more than just words.
boom. Action speaks louder than words. That's right. Because in my experience, I noticed that like there really is just some people that just don't jive, and I don't even know if that's something I take personal, or if it's just people's like humor may be different, or maybe like the way they communicate may be different. Like maybe I may come off a certain way to someone else that they
Yeah.
don't like. And I just got to be okay with that. I just got to be okay with saying like, this person probably don't come to the stream because they just don't find me entertaining, funny, interesting. And that's okay.
Yes.
That's okay. Cause like you said, like I got people that I really do enjoy that I do go and hang out with often. So if anything, you're protecting yourself that way because you don't want to feel like you're the only one putting out. That's corny.
And I felt like I saw to some extent I was doing that a lot this year. Like I was just being there for the wrong people, and I should be there more for the ones that are there for me more. But also still be around for a lot of people as well, because there are a lot of people that stop by, and then it's hard to make it. Like if I don't know how I get because I wasn't everywhere like that for a whole month, bro. And I think people really understood what I was going through and gave me the benefit of the doubt. And now that I'm starting to show up around a little more, people are just being thankful and grateful, and they're really, really noticing that I'm a genuine cool dude, and I mean my word.
Yeah. Yeah. You definitely spread a lot of love, man. That's what I like about you and your crew. Like, and that's what I want to talk about. Speaking of spreading love, man, like the way you guys share people out for literally nothing. You got to walk me through this because I think you guys are just like angels. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's not just you. It's like your community's like that, bro. Like I've had people.
It's a community I built, bro. Like I feel like you'll see it when there's gonna be other people that I'm cool with that haven't, let's say, they're own going through their own things. Like one of my homies that lives over here in the city, he's going through his own thing.
Right.
He stepped away from the YouTube streaming world for over 3 or 4 months. He lost family members, and he went into a relationship, and then he got hurt. But he did come back to play Dead Island 2 for somebody else, and he got the most warmest welcome back because we know him. This is like one of the like fam to everybody in the community. So no matter if he's not around, we know that he's going through stuff, and he's trying to be around a little bit more for us. And we're just grateful to have him around. He's a really cool, genuine dude, and I've come to like really, really respect him. And he's been doing this YouTube thing way before me. Really got my respect. And then there's my other homie that I knew him since he was not even getting 5 people in his chat. And he's from Canada as well. And also, he's there for us. But I think ever since what happened last year with me, with me going away from my ex, also not just that, me losing those people, he's kind of sided more with them. So I haven't seen him as much as I used to be seeing him. I see him pop into other streams more, and he'll only just pop in to catch me on the rewatch, which I respect, and I'm grateful for it. But that's why I just don't go by him when I see him live, because I never see him pop into mine, but I'll see him pop into somebody else's or this other person. I was like, but weren't we kind of streaming at the same time? So you just favored being there and didn't want to come by me. That's how I look at it. I was just like, that's just the same energy I'm gonna have to give him then, like until you realize that, like, yo, bro, you pop in a little bit more, I'll pop in a little more for you on the live. But if you're just gonna be here to catch you on the rewatch, I'm just gonna catch you on the rewatch. No harm, no foulness intended, none of that, man. That's just how I'm gonna roll. If you're never in my live stream, why should I be in yours if you're never gonna be involved?
Right. I guess to touch on that, do you feel like there's been experiences that you've been through to where you have done more than the other person and you feel like it hurt?
100%. 100%.
You want to elaborate on that? Like, let us know, like, how did it make you feel and what made you say, like, all right, from now on, like, this is just what I'm going to do?
At first, it was, like I said, the person that, I known for a while, and they moved in for each other. I would never see her around. And then the same thing that the person, if she has a kid and she's grinding 3 times, I would never see them around. But I'd always be in there. I'm just like, I'm a channel member. And I feel like I should get a little more respect if I'm being a channel member, at least, because I'm helping you each month with that channel membership, just like anybody else is. But you can't come by, not even a little bit, hang out with me. And when I started to speak out on some of this, I didn't attack specific people, but I did. I guess they kind of knew it was towards them. I kind of attacked how some people are.
Mm.
I didn't say names. I learned not to say names, and they started coming by a little more after that. I was just like, but why do I have to continue to say this time and time again just for you to come by? I shouldn't have to do this.
Yeah,
I
you kind of saying like they should want to do it.
Yeah, not because I said that. Then you're gonna do it because that's just you're going off of what I said, but
Yeah,
you're still gonna fall back into that same hole and not come by like that.
yeah.
I'm,
If I could give you a little pushback, and I mean this with love, of course.
yeah.
Kind of like what we were like harping on earlier. Like maybe there's an expectation that you think people should be, and they're not meeting that.
Mhm.
Like, I guess obviously the way you reconcile it is just, you know, giving that energy to people that do. But do you ever feel like it's justified or it makes sense as to why maybe somebody can't be around more? Have you had that experience? Like, where maybe
Yeah,
like you do go to someone a little more than they go to you, but you're like, you know what, I kind of understand why. Like, has that ever happened?
some people.
Okay,
Like
okay.
one of my boys that I went out there and I hung out with him. Like I didn't really understand what he was going through until I was there
Mm,
and saw with my own two eyes. Because then I
right.
really understood why he didn't always have the time to be around for everybody.
So
You
it
know?
seems like it's more of like a communication thing. Like, it seems like if there's anything I can take from what you're saying, being more communicative, talking to your community, saying, hey, look, this is what's going on with me. This is where I'm at. This is how I feel. Do you feel like that would help you kind of maybe see people differently instead of just like, because it sounds like they're not giving you a reason, so you can't you assuming they just don't want to be there.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
For a lot of people, but then, like I say, there are those that I know they rather be there or there because they just vibe with
Yeah,
that
yeah, and
person.
the examples you gave is like clear as day. Like, it's not like they were doing something. Like, they over at another place. They not over hanging out with you. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And I didn't want I don't even stream like that all the time, bro. So it's like if I'm doing two streams, like I'm not even streaming like that. That person is streaming a lot more than me, obviously, but you're there.
Yeah, yeah,
When I do stream, whenever I do this live stream, you just want to pop in. You know, like it's a tough feeling to have in my eyes. It's very very rough. I kind of felt like I ain't crap to them at a
mm.
certain point.
Yeah. I
My,
think yeah, it's hard, man. Because when you got principles, man, it's hard, bro. Because you have that conviction in you. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, this person showed me a lot of love. I gotta give it back in a way. You know what I mean? You have it's something like convicts you inside to want to give that same energy back to someone because they might not even know it, but you feel like you owe them. You know what I'm saying? And it's a fascinating thing, man. But like I said, I think it's more like a way maybe you grew up or a cultural thing because there's some people that are watching this that are probably like, what's the big deal? I really don't understand what's the big deal. You know what I mean?
I had someone kind of give me a little criticism. I'm like, oh well, you
Yeah.
can't, come here or come there or like always be here. I'm like, I'm not. They thought that's what I was saying. I'm like, clearly you didn't understand what I told them right back. Clearly you didn't really listen to what I was saying because if you
Right.
had, you understand that's not what I was saying. So you clearly didn't listen to the whole video. You just listened to a certain part and just criticized it. You should have listened to the whole video because then you would know that's not what I'm intending to say, or I even said it in the video. It's not my intention for anybody to feel a certain type of
Yeah.
way. It's how certain things and certain people have done things. That's what I told him. He never responded back.
Yeah, because people are quick to self-reflect and think like, you know, any old type of thing. I think you were pretty specific in your video. I think you were very specifically saying the folk not, and like you're clarifying right now, it's the folks that you see are doing it and it's very obvious. It's not like you're talking about people who can't or they're doing other things. You even told me once when I stopped in the stream, like, hey, I know you're a content creator. You're probably working on videos. I know it's busy. I know it's hard, but I do appreciate you stopping by. Like, I never took that as like you're not understanding of it. It just seems like it's very simple. You'd rather be with other people. That's cool. I'm not gonna put as much time into you because obviously you'd rather be with other people. I don't really see that being a. I think people may feel entitled, but I don't really see what's the issue there. I think that's
there's a lot
perfectly
of people
fair.
that have stopped by, and sometimes they'll be like, "Hey, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a while," and I just had to like let them know, like, "Yo, I do apologize. You're right. I haven't been around a little while. I'm just so backed up on a lot of people, and I'm trying, hard, my best to
Yeah.
catch up with people, and it's really difficult. But I'm pretty sure when you get to this point to where I'm at, you will understand. If you have 50 people come by, it's not easy to make all 50 people in one day.
Yeah.
You've got to kind of like uh every day try to like make it to this person, make it to that person, but you got to take it one day at a time. There's no way you get into
Yeah.
50 people.
How do you reconcile that? Because you seem very community oriented. You talk, you talk to people. Like, I see you. You say hi to my mods. You say hi to my frequent flyers. You know them. Like, how do you, how do you reconcile that in your own brain? Because I can't. Like, I would lose my mind. Like, I'm not a psychopath. I can't just be like, f that person.
Well,
You know what I
how I
mean?
started to do it is helped me so much because I be honest with you, I have to get back to my comments at some point. I'm backed up in my comments a lot, but how I'm doing it is I know I recognize a lot of the OGs, and
Mm,
I could just go off of boom, boom, boom. No, who's
mm.
there OG wise? Because I'm there a little bit more, and then I write down a lot of the people that I will miss or I haven't been to in a while. And some people are like, oh, you know what? Let me write your name down. Let me
So
write your
you
name
like
down.
physically write down notes.
A list, yeah.
Respect. Respect.
I've started doing that, and hey, it's a long list. It's only getting longer, bro. It's only getting longer. But I've marked down who I've gone to so far on the list, so I keep tabs of that. And as when I get done with that list, then I'm gonna start going by my comments and catching up with whoever I can in the comments. But obviously, if I've seen them in the list and I realize I've gone by them already, all right, moving on. This person, moving on. That person.
Dude, there it is,
Hard.
folks. You heard it first here, man.
It's hard, man. It is
That is so
difficult. It's
admirable.
bro.
Like, I don't know. I can't think of a single streamer who would actually do that, though. Like, you're very unique in that aspect, which I love. I'm not saying it as like a diss. Like, that's really cool, man. But I got that impression because, again, like, you and your community, it like feeds itself. Like I said, like, I was just hanging out in your chat one day, and I'm not trying to set an unreal expectation for the viewers. Listen, I'm
Yeah.
not saying this is gonna happen to you. I'm just speaking from my experience. But I'll be in your chat. People be like, "Yo, Yugi, sub to your channel, bro," and then, bro, they share me out, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, I don't even really like know this guy, but they would just do that. And you guys all kind of do that. Like, I think Latin fit. I think either Latin or Mario did that for me too. And you always do that too. You're like, hey, you share me out. And by the way, folks, so you don't, for those of you who may not understand what I mean by share I'm out, in YouTube there's a community tab. It's almost like a Facebook post. You can
Yeah.
kind of you can share someone's video, you can make a comment, you can just post a funny picture, whatever you want to do. Dave, he's always sharing people out, and because of him I've met new people. And it's almost like a networking circle, and it's very motivating, especially when I was like much smaller, which I still am, but I'm saying, like, before I was partnered on YouTube, let's say. That really meant a lot. Really meant a lot, you doing that. Could you elaborate on that? Like, why do you do it? Was it done to you and you're kind of like sharing the love? Like, what's the philosophy behind that? Because it's really cool, man. I think your community is like so
It's
supportive of
because
each other.
I wasn't aware of how like the whole sharing thing was out because community tab wasn't given to everybody. I think come the end of last year it started being given like out to a lot more people. Before you had to get like 1K to
Mm.
get a community tab.
Mm-hmm.
They took that away. Then they lowered it to 500. But then I saw one day somebody had 50 subs in the community tab. I'm like, wait, how? And they're like, YouTube has cut it down. Like, there's no number now. There is no number now, but it takes time for everybody to get it. It's not right away. And some people have to wait longer than others. And people have to understand that. So I was like, oh, so a lot more people are being given the opportunity. So even if they don't really stream and support, they now have a community tab to share their favorite streamers per se if they want to. So I just, like the recently, I think it was like 2 streams ago that haven't had to happen. Like someone raided me, I didn't know who it was. I was like, who? And then it came by. I was like, oh snap! I'm like, yo, thank you, bro. And it was somebody that I think I used to be sub to, or somebody that's been sub to me for a little bit, and they just decided to raid me. And I hadn't stopped by the channel like that, or I didn't know if I was still sub to them, and I wasn't. So I resubbed, and I remember the name completely, and then like 5, 6, 7, 8 other people just came in from the raid, and I was like, oh snap! So I checked the channel, played a game I used to play like 4 years ago, and it is still popular. People
Wow.
are starting to play that a lot. It's a mobile game, and I was like, yo, I remember when I used to play this game. I was talking about it, like, yo, what
Yeah.
fighting game? And I was like, what?
So did he just
Wow!
remember you? He just remembered you?
He just remembered me, and he saw I was live, so he decided to raid me. I was
Beautiful.
like, yo, thank you, man. It was either that or somebody recommended
Yeah.
that was in my chat,
Yeah.
that was in there, that went to their chat and recommended.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I was like, what? And the whole sharing thing is, I spread the love to whoever I can, but I don't share every single person. There are some people that I feel like that don't need to be shared because they have that genuine support no matter what. But I'll still share some of them out, obviously.
Yeah.
I go by a lot of people, a lot of my friends, and there's a lot of people I'm close to that thrive. Be like, oh, I wish I could get what you're getting, Yoda, all the numbers and this. I'm like, look, at the end of the day, whether you guys want to hear it or not, I wasn't always getting the support. This is support that I worked, grinded so hard for, and I'm just making the most of it. I'm not taking it for granted. I'm being grateful, appreciative. So for everybody that does come here, when I can, I will stop by. And if I haven't stopped by, I will try my best when I can to show a little love, support, in any kind of way I can. Shake you out if I can. Because a lot of people that are, struggling to get the views, struggling to get the numbers. And even when I rewatch people, I share the streams out. You know what I mean? It's not just the live streams. But I really, really take pride in trying to help out the smaller people, trying to get to where me and you and other people are at, that they are struggling and they're just trying to get over the hump.
Yeah, you definitely
So,
helped out a lot more than you could imagine, man. Even just in the communication level, meeting you from within gaming, having a nice conversation. The fact that you went out of your way to check out my channel and you noticed that you're a very personable person, and it's just not something that I see very often online. And that's what connected me to you. I would say, like, I saw that, like, this is like a genuine human being. You know what I mean? Like, not just another bot who's like, views, 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 views. All that. That's all they want to talk about. Like, you actually see people as people, which
and
is
you
really
don't see
cool.
me play all the popular trending games either. I play what I
Yo,
want to play.
yeah, dude. You keep it a bean. You're like, you know what? I feel like playing this. Yeah, yeah.
Like I know I'm so big on Star Wars, so it's like that's gonna be one of the games that I play when whenever I'm able to get a PS5 and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. That's gonna be one of my first games to play. And I told you, buddy, I'm gonna do a 12-hour stream on that game.
Yo, you're not playing.
The first time I play it, I'm gonna do a 12-hour.
Yo.
But I'm gonna start early. I'm gonna start early. I'm not gonna do
Yeah, yeah,
late.
yeah. Yeah, you have to.
So it's gonna
Dude,
be like from afternoon to like 1 a.m. or something like that. I'm doing it. I'm
yo,
doing
can we talk about that, man? The the
it.
Yoda, the Star Wars, we gotta talk about that, man. Where did the love for Star Wars start?
The love.
How did you get
I've
where
always
how'd you
been.
come up with the code name or the AKA Yoda? I gotta know. Tell us now, man. Live on the pod. Here we go. Hit us with it.
I was thinking about when I started streaming, um, I wasn't always Yoda. I started with a regular name. It was David Martinez, and I forgot what I had before, man. But it was different. I changed it. It was like David Brand New Martinez or something like that, and then I was part of a crew. So Bros for Life, David. Uh, and then I left that crew, and I got completely like people criticized the hell out of me for it. They called me fake. They say I wasn't, I don't want to curse, but
No, say what you gotta say, man. You're good. You're good.
they was telling me I wasn't shit. Period for that.
Yeah.
That I'm like, yeah, you lied to us, you betrayed us, like for leaving a crew. Really, it's not like I went to go join a whole nother crew.
Right.
It's like I just decided like I wanted to do my own thing and venture off. Like it was fun, but I don't want to just feel like I got to be stuck and just on like a leash. Like, nah, yo, come here. Like, no, I didn't want to feel that.
Yeah.
I really didn't. I've been part of many crews, man. I'm still part of one. It's just that they're both different. One's I think from Ireland, or he's Irish, and the other one is from the UK. And we call ourselves the Wreck-It Ralph crew.
Hey.
I even have a shirt that says the Wreck-It Ralph crew on it, bro.
No way, bro. Not the Wreck-It Ralph merch, dog.
I do. I don't know
No
if I have
way.
it here.
Bro, if you pull that out, yo, that's dope.
I'm about to see if I have it here.
All right, man. Yo, this is exciting. The Wreck-It Ralph merch, bro. No way.
I do.
Or the Wreck-It crew, I should say. That's dope.
Let me see if I can flip the camera.
Yeah.
Oh, I could.
No. That's awesome.
Wreck-It Ralph crew, bro.
Hell yeah, man. Wow.
I even think we had a shirt where we had our names on it, but I don't know where it's at, to be honest. If I could find it, I'll show it to you. To be honest, I'm actually looking through my shirts right now because it's the same color. And if I could find it, you'll be like, no freaking way, bro.
No way, bro. Nah, I'm already mind blown. And these is homies from the UK, like Ireland, you said? Ireland.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to the overseas folks, man. Y'all are dope, man. My Demented is from overseas, man. Scotland, bro. Y'all are dope, man.
If I could find this shirt somewhere, I definitely it's a big shirt though.
Yeah.
I just don't know where it's at. Okay, so the homie Dizzy. There's some people I don't talk to from the crew anymore because they just cast me out.
Right.
But I still talk to like 2 or 3 of them, and we, that's where I came up with slogan Yoda nuts. Yeah, that was a thing going on for a while, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh, is this the shirt? I think this is the shirt. It might be a little faded.
No way.
It might be a little faded, but it's here. You can see my name is not faded. My name is.
This is official, guys. This is legit. Look at this. No way. You got your name on it, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's crazy. So that almost kind of looks like Star Wars fan a little bit, no? Font?
A little bit, yeah. D1, Dizzy, Nesbitt, Cali D Sonic. Those are the 2 that I still to this day mess with. Cali D Sonic and Art McCool.
Wow, yeah, man. Bro. Yo, the merch, man. The fresh merch, bro. That's awesome, man. That's really cool. That's a really cool concept. So it was like a content creator crew, or was it like a okay, Call of Duty clan, like a content creator crew?
Whatever we would get together for. But a lot of Call of Duty when Rebirth Island was there. Believe it or not, I was actually a pretty decent Call of Duty player. People could say what they want. I wasn't sweaty or I'd camp, but everybody on that freaking map would just fucking camp. So I do it right back. I did not care. I was no filter on it. Like, you're going to be in the corner. All right, yo, they're going to camp. You see that door? Watch that door. Double door. Watch that door. Then they got one way through the window. Watch that. And we're going to camp the hell out of this on them. Right? So hard. And we would, bro. And we get so many dubs.
Yeah.
Like, you want to do it? We're gonna hold this one spot down right away. Whoever comes through these doors, light them up. Light them up.
Somebody had the
Put that
marshmallows.
back,
Another
or
person
we go
had
to a certain like floor. Hold that floor down in that spot. Cafeteria, many windows. Just watch where people come from. There's ways you could run through, ways you could run through 4 windows, and then they got the doors and the stairs to the next floor. Just be in sync. 250 wins on that map. Speaks for itself.
There
I'm
you
not even
go.
250 wins on that map.
There you go. That's it,
Many
baby.
wins.
Yeah, well, the
So like
game's changed, man. It's different now. It seems
you
to.
played it, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can't pretend like I haven't done my fair share of
But
games.
we could get back to the Yoda. I know you want to see
Yeah,
how it's
please, please.
created. Um, I was just playing Star Wars one day, and I got so in love with the series. It was Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oh, good game.
Loved that. Played the heck out of that, and it was tough. I play new things. I get whooped sometimes, and I just have fun with it, and just enjoyed it. Enjoyed the heck out of it. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a brand new name for myself. I think it was like a year and a half ago to 2 years ago where I just changed my name to David aka Yoda, and I have rocked with it since. And as you can see, I'm big when it comes to Star Wars. I watched all the movies. We talk about it. I got really huge on the lore about it. Started watching Mandalorian, Obi-Wan, Boba Fett, the old Star Wars movies, the new ones, all of them, man. Out and just big, man. It grew on me, and I never want to leave. And that's where I got the idea to kind of create my channel with the Yoda thing there and all that, and the banner.
Yeah.
The banner is not. The banner is made by one of my homies from the UK as well.
Wow.
Yes, and I told him to help me make it, and he's the one that helped me with that. And then I have one of my other homies basically create the emojis for me, the emojis for the channel. With the Yoda with the cookie, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he made that for me.
Yeah, I love him. I love him. You give me a Yoda vibe. That's why I'm like, yeah, it makes sense.
And look at me, I'm really good at Star Wars, man. Like, I'm gonna get back into Battlefront 2. Love Fallen Order. I love Jedi Survivor. Every time I can, I watch Star Wars. But I'm also gonna show everybody I am very huge on Harry Potter as well. I
Okay.
love Harry Potter as well, man.
Okay, okay. Talk to me, man. You talking about the Hogwarts?
Hogwarts Legacy, man. Like, you're
Yeah.
gonna see a whole different Yoda. We're gonna see a whole different Yoda.
Just came
Wow.
out on a PS4, man. You're gonna be sinking hours into that baby.
Oh, without a doubt, man. There's gonna be long streams on that. It's gonna be like at least 5, 6 hour streams on that game alone.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. It's a good
I
game,
tell
man.
everybody, I'm gonna start evil. I'm gonna go right to Slytherin.
You just
Gryffindor's
drop on
coming out.
everybody.
Yep. And everybody's dying. Everybody's dying. I told him.
We're gonna see evil Yoda.
I'm gonna be the meanest Slytherin ever. I'm
That's
gonna be
content.
so mean. I want everybody to hate me in that game.
There you go. That's content. That's content. That sounds like a good time, man.
Yeah, Yoda Malfoy, man. Yoda Malfoy.
Yes, go.
It's coming. And then we're gonna get Yoda, and then we're gonna get Yoda Potter.
Yeah.
That's it. It's coming, man. It's coming. Don't worry.
I can't wait. I can't wait. It's coming out. Did it already drop? I don't know. I didn't check. I gotta see. Let me see.
About what if it's for the members thing or
No, the because I know Hogwarts. It was supposed to come out on PS4.
the 28th, I believe it said April 28th, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Same day I think freaking Jedi Survivor got pushed back to. They did that for a reason, bro. They did that for a reason.
Wait, so Survivor is gonna be on PS4?
No, like the Survivor was supposed to come out before earlier in the month, and then they pushed it back to, for whatever reason, to the same day that PS4 version of Hogwarts come out. They did that for a reason.
Yeah. I'm seeing here May 5th. May 5th, PS4 version of Hogwarts.
And they pushed it back. See, I didn't know they pushed it back again. It was initially the 28th, and then they pushed it back to May 5th, right after May the 4th, which is crazy. But I think they did it out of respect for, It's a Star Wars day.
Yeah.
They
That's
don't
everyone
want to do that.
knows. Yeah, everyone knows that. Yeah. Yeah.
You expect me, man. I'm gonna be playing something May the 4th. You expect me, man. It's gonna be Star Wars. It might be Battlefront 2. I might bring it back then.
There you go. There you go. Oh yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Perfect day. Perfect day.
Absolutely.
So yeah, man. Like, I love that Yoda name, man. I don't want to change it. I really don't. I don't know what I would change it to be honest.
Well, why would you? Why
have
would
no
you?
idea.
Why would you?
I was thinking about changing the banner to like a dark version of Yoda, though. Like
Okay.
Darth Yoda.
Darth Yoda. Yo, you really get into the.
It's in the makings. It's already in the makings of a new banner, bro.
Okay. And
with like dual wield red lightsabers.
Okay. Really tapping into that Sith part, huh?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Why not? I'm like, you know what? We've seen good Yoda. Let's see Dark Yoda.
That would be very scary. Because he's one of the most powerful Jedis as far as I remember in the lore.
Well, yes. One of the most powerful and most connected to the Force, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what it is.
Like, especially his species. And that's why I tell you about it. Like, I love Star Wars. I'm just so upset. They haven't given us an answer about, never let us know. Mace Windu died. Did he survive? We really don't, because Jedis could survive from that fall. It's known. Jedis could survive from that fall. Doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It won't kill them. Hurt him, but they could survive. Unless he was dead already when they shot him out the window, but they didn't look dead to me. So we never got an answer on that. It's just been speculated at this point, and we never got a backstory for Yoda. We got the backstory for Baby Yoda, but that has nothing to do with Yoda.
Right.
Nothing. We deserve a backstory on Yoda, at least his species, how they connected to the Force.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're getting that, but I think in the future, I think it's being brought into attention. But right now, they want to, you know, what they want to concentrate on? Ahsoka, the Ahsoka series. Come on. Because that's a Jedi that supposedly survived Order 66, bro. She wasn't there. She was not there. She was off at the time that was happening, and she was away. You know, there's probably a lot of Jedi that survived, but I want to know if we're ever going to see anything coming to fruition. Like, are we ever going to see a Cal Kestis?
Yeah. For real.
We already saw his master, if you didn't notice, in The Mandalorian. In the new season, you see his master, that is, his name is mentioned. You see that person that looks like him in the game in the show sitting at a bar with a bunch of X-wing fighters. Like, come on, what's going on here? Like, where's this time frame? You know what I mean, for the Mandalorian and everything. Like, what happened? Like, shouldn't he be dead then? Like, Order 66 happened already, I'm pretty sure. Or crazy stuff, man. Just crazy stuff.
Jedi Survivor did drop. Unfortunately, PS5 exclusive. Is that the reason for you to get one, though?
Is that the reason for me to get one? The reason I want to get a PS5 is because I need one. I've had this PS4 since a long time, man, and this is not a regular PS4. This is a limited edition Destiny all white PS4. This is like one of the first models. That's what I'm streaming, and it's lasted this long, bro.
Yeah, that's a blessing, man. That thing is a champion.
It's taken a lot, but I have not really done any wrong. I've never really dropped it that well. I've made sure that I've given it plenty of breathing space. I've never left it in an area where it felt crowded or could get overheated.
Yeah.
And, you know, like right now I have my PS4 turned on. I'm just rewatching the games from earlier because I feel like they're definitely worth rewatching. I didn't watch the next game. I'm rewatching it right now. Okay. And then I'm going to rewatch the Warriors game because I just loved how that game, the flow of that game went. I've got to rewatch it, you know. My friend and I are huge Warriors fans. We were there. We experienced the heartbreak for 2016 when we lost the 3-1 lead. We experienced it all. We've been through the ups and downs with the Warriors, so we know this team in and out, and we just know. We were nervous like anybody would. It's a game 7. So they can be the champs, but they gotta show up.
Yeah.
We know they have it in them. And I think the reason they really showed up is because everything they've been through. They've been through it all already, so they can do it. They just gotta show up. They just play hard and show effort, like we know they can. Because they flat out did not bring it in Game 6, but wasn't because they were tired. They just didn't play physical. They allowed themselves to get beat up early, and you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't let a team know they can bully you and push you around, or they're gonna do it all game, and that's what happened. You got to fight back. This game right here, they were the aggressors. They bullied them back in their own house, which we got spanked by 19 in our own house. We whooped them by 20 in their own house for Game 7. We did it right back. Right back. We basically did what they did in Game 7, Game 6 to us, right back to them. We got all the 50-50 balls. Steph Curry had a phenomenal game. Hands down, one of the best games on Game 7. It's the best game ever so far in history for Game 7. Period. It's the most anybody has ever scored in Game 7. On the road. And we lost 30 games this year on the road. 31.
Wow.
People are like, yeah, we're old. I don't see it. They just showed you they're not old.
Yeah.
I think they just showed everybody. They just shut everybody up, man.
Yeah, they really did. I think they just showed everybody that
the gonna lose, the Kings are gonna win. I'm like, well, the Kings is their first time being here, so you think they're really gonna be prepared for Game 7 and not make mental mistakes? They made mental mistakes. They made a lot of errors. They rushed. They were just, when they were down to the game, they didn't know how to respond. And you got to be prepared for that. The Warriors weren't prepared Game 6. It's an elimination game, but we gave ourselves a chance to play in a Game 7 after losing the first 2 games in the series. It's not easy to do. It's not easy to overcome.
Yeah.
But we did it. If LeBron could do it, we could do it. That's how I look at it.
Yep. My man, the Warriors fans zeeing. They feeling good.
We are, man. I'm like, we're gonna go. We're celebrating. I'm celebrating right now, man. You know, but I'm just not showing it on camera out of respect.
It's cool. Drinking some celebration water. I got you.
Yeah, we're gonna call it celebration water. I used to be a basketball player.
Oh, okay.
Not a professional.
Yeah.
Street ball, and I was known for my threes. I was known for my threes. I was known for getting to my spots and just knocking the shot down. And I was just known for my defense. I played very physical. There were times I didn't have it, and I let it, like, just like anybody, I let it get to me, and it didn't show in the defensive end. But there's a lot of times where I was like, not hitting my shots. I got shot, played hard all game, whether I had it or not. That's how I played. But there was times where it was like a lot of people want to trash talk. I'll let you know. I was like, I didn't say nothing. After the game, I'd be like, why didn't say nothing? I let my game speak for itself, Papa.
Hey.
I let my game speak for itself, Papa. But I know if I had the mismatch, I let him know right ahead. All right. Oh, you're gonna guard me? I'm gonna make you pay.
Yup.
I'm gonna make you pay for guarding me. Because I know you can't keep up with me. I'd use my speed, jab, step, fall back. You know what? I got you. Rise up in your face, and I'd stare at them, bro. Right after, I just stare at them like, yup. Like, you give me all I need was a pick, bro. Like, the mid-range free throw line area was my forte. I was known for making those shots, bro. And then they needed me to step up and score and end the game. I do it. People know. People hated guard me. I made my brother, who is 6'2". I'm only 5'7". I hit a 30-foot shot in his face, arced over him, almost a rainbow shot, all net, and he walked off.
Yeah.
And he walked off.
Yeah, that would make most be like, you know what, I'm done with you.
He's like, how the you hit that? I was like, bro, I just got it like that now. And he would want to shut me down, bro. Like, he would step up the guard and everything. He was just like a KD, but very slimmer than KD. So I knew I could just body him up, be physical with him.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That was all it
That's
took,
all I
huh?
had to do. I wasn't trying to, but he really tried to put me down. Like, nah, bro, I'll push you right back. Nah, don't try to push me, bro. Don't do that. I'll
Mm.
bully you. I tell him, you're my little brother and you're taller than me and everything, man, but you're not gonna bully me. You're
Yeah.
not gonna win a bully battle. I'm gonna bully you and you don't want me to get aggressive. Told him that straight up. I'm like, don't do that, man. Don't try to push off me and everything, man, because you're gonna be mad at me. I told him, you're gonna be mad at me, but you did it to yourself. I ain't trying to bully you, but I'm not gonna allow you to push me.
Yeah,
So straight up,
I
I'm
got a
not gonna
little
allow.
bite. You gotta let them know you got a little bite.
Yeah, like I don't want to be. I was older than him, bro.
Yeah.
That's my little brother. You know what I mean? And when he was on my team, I'd be like, yo, bro, believe in yourself, man. Take the smart shot. I'm here. I got you. Take the smart shot. Like you're gonna try to push you, push him back, man. I'd motivate him when he was on my team.
Yeah.
I'd motivate him all the time. But like, look, you got it, man. You got the advantage, bro. Get to your spot. Get to your spot. I'll set the screen for you. Get to your spot, bro. Told him straight up. Get to your spot.
I'm not too familiar with like any like of the street ball culture or anything like that, but you familiar with the professor? That's about the most I know about when it comes to street ball.
Oh, I've seen. People were telling me about it. I had to look it up and I saw for myself. Dude is nasty, man. Dude is gifted.
What do
Dude
you
is
is that your thoughts on him? Like, have you seen anybody like that in your experience in street ball?
when I was playing, yes, I did.
Mm.
I feel like I saw people that had nasty dribbles. They could dribble the ball real low, and then I had people that was really good with the Euro steps, the crossovers, the 360 and one, all that. Like I had people that were just really skilled with that, you know, crafty with it. And I had to guard them sometimes, and it was not the best you could do is try to be in front of them and make it as difficult for them. But some people are just really clutch. I've done it for so long. Practice that. They don't just got it. They practice that
Yeah.
all the time because you have to. You have to. It's okay to take a day or two off, but you gotta continuously practice it because if you fall off, it's hard to get it back.
Right. It's
I
like,
tell people
yeah.
like I can't play ball. I can shoot around and I still see that I got it if I want to shoot, but I can't play ball anymore. I don't got the back for it anymore. I realize that. I would never step onto the court anymore. Nah, I'll shoot around, but I won't step onto the court. I'll
Right.
tell you, I can't. I could really hurt myself.
Yeah. Do you mind could you update us on that? Would you rather not? I know you spoke about it a little bit on stream. You're saying that you've been having some issues with your back. You got some answers, you're not sure what's gonna happen. Like how's that been treating you?
I have answers a little bit about possibly within the next month or two because it's right now the whole situation is under review. Like I won the case, but they appealed it and it's basically under review. And that's all I know at this point. It's just I have to wait.
Yeah.
No, that's what my lawyer told me that it's out of our hands. All we could do is wait.
Yeah.
But we are allowed to appeal if we are not we don't like the decision.
Yeah, I understand.
Whoever decides it does. And if we appeal it, it gets brought to another level, like a higher level than what it was already being looked at.
Yeah.
We just don't want it to keep going higher and higher and higher because then I feel like at the end of the road, I'm gonna end up winning at some point. I'm gonna be getting a lot more by then. Like, how much time will have gone by so I can get my back looked at or anything like that? Like at that point, physical therapy can only help so much.
Right.
Right now, a whole year, bro. Right now, it's pretty much been a whole year.
Yeah. Well, prayers to you, man, and anybody else watching, send some prayers to Dave that he gets positive results because I know you've been really dealing with those back issues for a while now. I know it's been bothering you, but you know, I don't know how the injury came about, but I do hope that you get some solution or some solace, man.
I lifted literally by lifting boxes, bro, heavy boxes, and we're talking about. Pretty sure everybody knows what those big jugs of water are. The 3 liter ones, and then they have the ones that it's like you could push the button where it pulls out.
Yeah.
Where it pulls out, you know.
Yeah.
lifting cases that have like 6 of those,
Mm.
or the ones where you pull the tab out cases of 3 of those. That thing itself is heavy.
Yeah.
So repetitively lifting things like that with no help. I could have gotten help, but everybody's just looking at me.
Mm.
I'm handling the whole market grocery area, and nobody wanted to help out.
It was a bad like work culture there.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. You can't expect females to help me.
Right. Right.
Can't expect females to move down, but you can't really expect somebody on the whole other side of like the assembly line to come over and help me either. So it sucked, and that's what it was.
Yeah.
The females didn't want to help me at all.
Yeah, I mean, even my wife would admit that she wouldn't she definitely wouldn't be lifting stuff like that either. And I mean, I typically do the heavy lifting type stuff because, it's just, they're just built different. It's unfortunate that they put you in that environment. Yeah.
The manager at the time knew the workload of the truck was coming mainly to me. Why didn't she make sure somebody was by me to help me out?
Right.
More worried about why the line isn't moving. If everything's coming to me, nobody's helping me out. I have to continuously pull out flats and U-bolts and switch everything to make room. Where's my help? Why isn't anybody covering for me while I do that? That should definitely be happening, and it never happened. Never happened, man. So it's not my fault, honestly. You should be paying attention to little things like that, and they never did. Night in and night out, they never did.
But you got to make a living, so you got to do what you got to do. It's not like you're just going to not make money, right?
And then when I came back to work, there was a lot of pressure on like the timing of what I was doing, everything. And I'm like, so you worried about me doing everything at a faster pace in a matter of 4 hours? Why is all this work being here? Why is there nobody here? You know I can't move that fast.
Yeah.
It's like they try to force me into moving, but I wasn't doing it. I ain't stupid. Why would I force myself to work faster? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And they get mad at it, but that's not my problem. I am not going to be doing that, period. Whether they like it or not. Whether they like it or not.
Sometimes you got to draw a line, yeah.
I had to, and then they would get mad at me. They'd even get mad at me, honestly, for calling out. I call out because my back was in pain. I'm not going to work when I'm experiencing a lot of pain in my back. Hands down, period. Sorry, get mad at me. Write me up, coach. Write me up. Do it. They ain't do it. I told them, write me up. They ain't do it. But then there comes a thin line at work too when you're getting disrespected by somebody given that leadership manager role. At no time is it right for any manager to use profanity against their employees on the work site, job site, period. No matter if it's overnight, there is no reason to use language like that to anybody. You're not in the right, period. It's harassment. Literally harassment, bro.
Yeah, that's why it's always better to just speak professionally rather than do stuff like that, because this is what happens. And everybody's tolerance is different. But you should assume that people expect professionalism across the board, and it saves things like this from happening where, you end up feeling disrespected. I don't know what the intent or the conversation was, but it's better to just maintain professionalism,
calling out on a Saturday, bro. For calling out on Saturday, I told them I'm not working back to back to back days. I'm not working 3 days straight. I told them this right off the rip if I come back. Even the HR, I told her, I'm not working 3 days straight. I can't. It's that simple. You could put me in a schedule. I told her, I'm going to call out then. Told her in the email, you put me out for 3 days straight, I'm going to call out. Whether you like it or not, I'm going to call out one of those days because I can't do it. I told her. And I was like, no, I'm not taking that. And then there was an instance, bro. I swear to God, there was an instance where it came to Christmas, like right around the time I got fired. I told him I was not going to be there overnight that night. I'm not going to be there at all. I'm going to be going away. I'm going to be going to Jersey, with my mom's or whatever. And the manager heard that. So why would he tell me, nah, man, don't nobody want you don't nobody want you over there? I'm like, what? I'm like, bro, I'm going to my mom's. Watch your mouth. I was almost right in his face, like, watch your mouth, man. That's my mom's I'm going to. Watch your mouth. And I walked away.
I think people
And
get
it
a
was
little
another
too.
coworker that was right there that heard it too.
Yeah. You feel like maybe they got a little too comfortable or something?
I think they got a little too comfortable and reckless out of their mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it.
No. You can't expect me to just take that. No. You went too far there, Papa. You went too far there. Mm-mm.
Unnecessary comment, you feel like.
Very unnecessary, like very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. And I was like, nah. I told my mom the whole story. She was like, get out of here. I was like, yep, exactly what she said. She said, wow, it's ridiculous. I'm like, yeah, very ridiculous.
Yeah, coming from where I'm from and this East Coast, man, like the mom is a no-go. You know what I mean? Like unless you really like homies like that and you're just like joking, like nah. You can't. And even joking, people fight. So you got to be careful with that.
Yeah, I'm close to my mom, man. I'm very close to my mom.
Yeah,
man.
same.
I tell everybody, like, like a mama's boy. So I tell everybody, whether you like to hear it or not, I don't care. I say it with pride. I'm a mama's boy.
Yeah, I mean, I
simple.
It's not wrong with that in my eyes because I'm close to my mom too. Like, I have a lot of confidence in her. We have conversations. Same thing with my pop. Could be a cultural thing, could be not. Some people want to make it a machismo thing, which is funny to me. Everybody's different. Some people appreciate that though.
Everybody, a lot of people get closer to that. That's understandable. For me, I never had that relationship with my father. My father wasn't there for most of my life. My father was just there since I was 20. So that's why I say, like, that's where it's like I have a certain respect now for my dad because he's being there now for me, obviously, a lot more. But we weren't close. Me and my dad were, like, never really close. My mom was always with me.
Yeah. Could you get into why that is, or
what the whole
like you being close to your dad? Yeah, like was there something causing you guys to not be able to reach that level of closeness?
My dad wasn't there since I was a kid, bro. My dad was not there in my life since I was a kid.
Right.
He only like came back into my life when I was like 18.
Wow.
Like right when I was in high school, it was the first time I came back around.
Wow. Did you was that like was that weird for you? Like you're an adult now and your dad's here?
My mom, believe it or not, man, my mom has I have 4 brothers and 4 sisters.
Wow. 4 brothers and 4 sisters, including you or outside of you?
From the same mother.
Wow.
Yeah. 3 brothers and 3 sisters from the same mom. And I have 2 stepbrothers and 2 stepsisters from different dads.
Wow.
Think about that. And different, like, you know.
Big family, yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you manage that?
Big family, man. Big family, man. I know it ain't easy to manage, man. It ain't easy to manage because, like, over here, my stepbrother and stepsister here, they are just like getting into living on their own with their significant other. My stepbrother has a kid. He's only like 21, 22. He had his first kid when he was 20.
Wow.
And he don't even live here. He lives in Arizona.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Arizona. And then my other sister, this is why I say, like, I knew it was going to happen. I could kind of tell because of how she was with this person that they were going to hit it off really well. They're still together. They live on their own now. But I knew as soon as she found someone that she could close to like this, she was going to move in and get out of this house. Because it's not the best. This is a very dysfunctional family in this house. Very dysfunctional.
Why would you say that?
My dad left this house. My dad got divorced.
Right.
He's a new woman. And the reason why he got divorced, he got tired of how this family operates. It's like, this is like as if they're in their party years, but they're like 40 and 50. How does that work? How does that work? Why do you have to almost open the door for almost all the time people being here? Like, that's not how a family operates around like everybody. No, come on, man. You don't actually have the enjoyment of being around your family then.
Mm.
Why do you need all these people here all the time? It's like these people here, I can see it, but they can't. They're freeloading.
Mm.
You're allowing them to just freeload. They're only here because they can freeload. It's that simple. And they just don't realize that, bro.
Do you feel like you empathize with your dad a lot now?
A lot more now, but I felt like me and my dad had to like me and my dad cursed at each other before. Like we both said "fuck you" to each other before. Like it got to that one point. You know what I mean? And I backed down from that. I backed down from that because I was in the wrong. But I just got pissed and I just got out of I was just mad.
Yeah.
I reacted. I backed down. At the time, he was just the man of the house. I backed down.
Mm. Did you feel
Yeah,
like you were able to forgive him at all?
Wasn't really able to forgive him until like this year. I had him blocked since
Wow.
last. Like on my phone, I had him blocked. Bro. Me and my
What
dad did it again. We got along now, and we have a better understanding with each other.
what was the breakthrough? Like what made you finally go, you know what, I'm gonna talk to him now?
Um, the breakthrough was when he was really getting the divorce.
Mm.
When he was getting the divorce, here, that was the breakthrough, bro.
What clicked in your mind?
Leave, he just left. Didn't really say anything when he left.
You
It
were,
was like we didn't know.
wow.
Yeah. Then he started coming around a little bit. And I always question, like, why are you coming around helping this woman? You left her for a reason. Like, why are you still coming around helping this woman? Like, she's taking full advantage of you, man. Like, you got to detach yourself already. He finally started detaching himself a lot more, which I credit him for. But it took a while, man. Like, he was coming around here like every other day, almost every day. I'm like, how can you do that, but you have another woman?
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's like, bro, detach yourself already.
Did he
You
ever
left it for a
explain why?
reason, you know? Huh?
Did he ever explain why?
Yeah, just the fact that it was never he hated being here because it was like it was always somebody here. It was never just like her and him. It was like always family here, always people here all the time, and it was like he couldn't do it anymore. He got tired of it, and it was problem, problem, problem. And then you're inviting friends, you're inviting people to just move in here. It's like these people need to learn to live on their own. And you're not letting them live on their own. How are they ever gonna live on their own then? It's like you guys have to be together. Come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never gonna grow, never gonna mature, never gonna experience kind of like being on your own. Never, never.
Do you feel
That's why.
like that's something that's holding like some families back? Like sometimes they're too attached to each other that
Yep,
the other person never gets to grow?
yep.
Yeah.
Because like I look at it this way: you can't be always opening your doors and having people move in whether they're just friends and they get close to the family, whether they're best friends and they were at one point living on their own, and because their significant other died, they have nobody else to turn to, but they have a car and obviously they have money probably left to them from that person that died. Like, why do they have to live here? They could definitely live on their own. They don't even have a room, so they're basically sleeping in somebody else's bed, and then that person's every night sleeping on the couch. Come on, really? You're gonna give your own bed up because you rather her sleep there? You just want to sleep on the couch? These people be mind-boggling me sometimes, bro. Real, for real.
Like
I don't know
where do you draw the line when you feel like it's too much?
where I draw the line when it comes to sort of like where I draw the line where it's too much. I feel like when they want to invite me out to do this or invite me to come over here and there, I'm just like, I'm good.
Right.
Get up to them. Nah, I'm good. I pass. Hard pass. Why am I gonna go out there? So you guys could kind of like talk about me behind my back? I'm not stupid. And they do it in Spanish because they know I can't really understand Spanish like that, so they talk about me in Spanish. But I kind of know what they're saying and when they're talking about me.
Yeah.
We live with people for so long, you just get that vibe, and you just know.
Yeah. Yeah, I have some experiences with that, man. Like where it's like you feel like sometimes there could be almost like a toxic family relationship where everybody feels like they owe each other something. So there's no point where anyone just says like, "Can we just stop this? Can you just stop? Like, can you actually like get a life, get a job, and do something with yourself?" You know what I mean?
I had that happen with my sister,
Wow.
and my sister got me to a point where I had enough. And this, it's I don't have an older sister. I only have an older brother. But they're gonna try to they act like the older sister. And I felt like she's right here in my room, not right in my room, right in front of my door, talking to me, and down talking about me, about, oh well, you're never gonna do this, you're never gonna do this. And I told her, how about this? Like, how about I gave her like the scenarios I was explaining to you. I kind of told her about that. I'm like, how about whenever I'm in need of something, where are you guys at? How about when I was going to this? Were you there? How about when I did this? When this happened, were you there? Were you giving a fuck about me? I told her straight up in front of her face. Did you care about me at that moment? Did you bother to hit me up and ask if I was okay? Where were you? I told her straight up, where were you? You were nowhere. I went through it on my own. I got out of that shit on my own. I rebuilt myself up. And look what I'm doing right now. Yeah, I'm not driving. But what does that matter? I can. But what does that matter? I'm doing all of this on my own with these people, all these things I'm dealing with inside this little house. And you guys are nowhere. You guys are all out enjoying your lives, right? Well, what about me? Do you care to bother what I go through on a daily basis? Do you bother to hit me up ever? I'm like, what? Nothing to say now. After that, she was like, oh, she basically cried, bro. She basically cried in front of me. It was like I wasn't trying to make her cry, but I had to realize, look, wake up. You're saying this. Wake up and see it from my perspective. How about that? And then she gave me the benefit of the doubt. She apologized to me.
Do you feel like you guys moved past that now? Like you guys are reconciled that?
Well, me and her don't talk. The one that I was specifically talking about, she moved away. She moved back to the city, and she just living her own life. And she kind of cut us off, and she was saying that we weren't there for her. I'm like, what are you talking about? You know how many times we like to all of us? She said it to all of us, her siblings, that no, we're not there for her. I'm like, how are we not there for her? We reached out to you. You left us all on red. We saw it. You left us all on red multiple times and never responded. And this is what you say to us? I'm like,
Mm.
how can you say we're not there for you when we're reaching out, but you're just not saying nothing back? That's just something you don't do. That was a stab to all of us. And
Yeah.
we all took a step back from her. We
Yeah.
all took a step back from her. We're like, you need to like look at yourself in the mirror and get your mind right. That's what we told her.
Yeah.
You need to really look at yourself because you're all messed up. You need to work on yourself. So we told her because that's wrong. She just did us dirty, like to all her siblings. Even to her mother, father. Why? We all were multiple times reaching out to you, and you just shut us out. How are we supposed to know if you don't want to talk to us?
Yeah.
But then you say we're the problem. How does that make any sense? She was all messed up in her head, for real. All messed up in her head.
So you think it's
I
best
don't got
to?
time for this. I gotta worry about myself.
Yeah. Yeah. You got your own vision, your own growth, which I really admire. I think you inspired me. I think you'll hopefully inspire some others. I think it's really cool that you're very community oriented. That really stands out more than any other streamer that I've seen so far, at least at this level. And we wish you the best of luck, man. Like I think you really do have a level of maturity that I wish more people had, man.
Well, that's just going off of experience, man. Like, I know
Yeah.
I'm still growing and I'm still learning a lot of things. Like, I'm not familiar on a whole lot of levels for the adult aspect of life, but I'm getting there
Yeah.
slowly. I'm kind of just having to do it on my own. A lot of
Right.
these things that I'm going through that I told you about, like the whole workers' comp, first time going through that, job injury, first time going through that, being out of a job at this point in my stage of life and like having to worry about being behind this, that, and the third. First time I'm going through that, but it's a learning curve, and at least I'm going to be getting back on my feet. So, hopefully a lot more positive things happen.
Yeah, God willing, God willing. I appreciate you sharing a lot of that, man. It takes a lot. I think it's very brave of you to open yourself up like that. Criticism will come, but it seems like you got some thick skin now. And I also empathize with what you said earlier about how you were a viewer first and then you became a streamer. I can empathize with that because I was as well. You know what I mean? I used to watch the streamers, hang out with them, have a feel for what works, what doesn't, what I like, what I don't like. But you still stand out. And I haven't seen many, but I've seen enough to see that like you are the way you conduct yourself is very different and fun, lighthearted, very community oriented, and it feels like you just care, bro. Like you actually care about this stuff. You're not just in it just to you know what I mean? Like you ever get the impression that some people just want a game just to get money?
Yeah, yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm
I
saying?
tell
You
people,
don't give me that at all, bro.
I tell people, like, believe it or not, whether people think I'm in it for the money, I'm like, if I was in it for the money, wouldn't you really think I'd monetize every single video? If that was the case, I don't really monetize anything. None of my videos are monetized, bro.
I didn't know
None
that.
of it is monetized at all.
I
I'm
didn't know
like,
that at all. I thought they were. I didn't know. I don't know.
yeah, I told people I don't care about the money. Like, to me, this is just like I do this for fun. If I make something off of it, great. But I'm not. I tell everybody, thank you, everybody like that. Whenever you do this for me, it does help. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Whoever says it doesn't help, they're BSing you, they're bullshitting you. It does help. But
Yes.
at the end of the day, this is just a hobby. I do this for fun. I'm glad I'm able to be able to do this in front of our audience.
Yeah.
And I never thought I would be able to do like this. And for me to be myself, like how I'm talking to you right now, and bring it to the stream and kind of balance it out a little bit better than I used to right now and just be me is just I look at it as a once in a lifetime experience. Not everybody gets to do this.
Because you have to have
Hello,
the
man.
yeah, you have to have the
Hello.
bravery, I should say, to be able to put yourself out there and do that. It's hard,
I do.
man.
And I feel like sometimes I might put too much out there for me. That's just me being me. And I feel like if I didn't do that, I kind of wouldn't like learn and be who I am today. So,
Yeah.
you make mistakes, but that doesn't mean you can't learn from them. We
Right.
all make mistakes in life. It's up to you though to learn from it and just better yourself from it. So I feel like on this journey on YouTube so far, I've made many mistakes, but I've just gotten better because of them. So without me making them, I would have never learned and grow to this point so far.
Yeah. Amen to that, man. And hopefully to many more because I think it's very well deserved. Guys, I think it's safe to say that we're going to be wanting to see more of David. I think you have a lot more to add that unfortunately not even 2 hours could cover. I think there's more stories that I know you have that I'm sure you'd love to share. And I think we could learn a lot from Dave. Guys, all his stuff will be in the description. Please check him out. Great videos, lessons to be learned, and also a very unique and fresh take on the way live streaming can be done. Dave, do you have anything you want to plug? Anything you want to let us know that you're up to? Let the people know what's going on, man.
Well, pretty much that. Gonna be probably within the next week or two. Once I start working, I will probably just not really, be doing streaming as much, but I will be supporting until I could get the balance on like, and the whole streaming schedule is gonna change.
Okay.
Just like you know that as well, because it's gonna have to. New work schedule, new job, getting adjusted, getting a sleep pattern going. Obviously, the first month probably. I don't know what I'm in for, but gonna do what I can. I'm not 100%, but I'm gonna grind it out. Gonna get the back brace, and then I should be okay. So the first month might be a little rough for me. So it won't be many streams, but if that's the case, I'll probably do uploads. I have plenty of things that I clipped, so it's gonna be a lot of good clips coming up, and from just we'll be around a lot more, just supporting. Pretty much, that's gonna be what I'm mainly doing. But it doesn't mean I won't ever live stream again or anything like that. It's just gonna have to be cut down so I could get a grip on schedule wise how I could work around it. It's gonna
Okay.
have to change.
Exciting. Well, it seems like you got a good plan. The supporting, I definitely know, and I can attest to myself. You're very good at that. We appreciate always seeing you, man. It brings a smile on my face every time I see you, so it's awesome, man. Thank you.
Hey, I'm glad I can, man. Like I said, just being myself and just trying to be out there genuinely for people and get to know them a little better and just probably build some more bonds with people, friendships, and have a lot of fun getting collabs done in the future for sure.
And you definitely have one here. The door is always open to you, man. If anything happens, anything you want to talk about, man, you could always sit down with Yugi anytime.
I appreciate that, man.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
It's an honor. Yeah.
This was experience.
One of many,
I don't know
hopefully.
what to expect, but I'm pretty sure, like I said, I was prepared and just being open-minded.
Yeah, dude. I didn't even get through the questions, man. It kind of just flowed like a conversation, and that's okay. That's okay. Like I said,
you could think some questions for the, if you want to do this again at some point later on. You
absolutely. Yeah.
Have those questions lined up for that if you want.
Yeah. For sure. And hey, whatever happens. But I do appreciate having you very much. So I appreciate all your support, and I personally hope to hear from you more. I want to keep updated with you. I want to keep a close eye on you, man, because I think you're a very good person. I think you're a good friend and someone that I think we would love to have around. Someone I look up to personally as well, which I can't say for a lot of people. So thank you. Thank you to David. I want to say that to you, man, personally. From me to you, thank you for all you do.
Hey, man. And likewise, thank you for being there for me when you can. Much love, always.
Always. That was fun. We had David on. That was a pretty cool episode. I don't really have much for you guys. I got no user questions. Hopefully, maybe the next one. If you got any questions, you can leave them below and I'll answer them right here in this segment. But only thing I got, guys, is really I tried to play Jedi Survivor. Unfortunately, on my 1070, not a good idea. It was the bare minimum that it was required. But with the PC issues that was already stacked on top of it, I couldn't run it at all. I tried it on stream. Complete mess. I was trying to do it with a challenge. Yeah. This is another grim reminder as why you just should not buy games on launch. It's good to as a content creator because it can get you to a newer audience and potentially show them things that they've never seen before, but I always stood by not buying games on launch day, and I see why, and it just kind of reminded me again why I shouldn't. It's very rare nowadays that these games come out in a playable state, and it's so unfortunate that I have to say that. So with that said, guys, that's pretty much all I got. You'll be seeing this hopefully sooner than later. Again, take care. God loves you. Appreciate you all watching this. If you watch through to the end, type 100% in the comments. I will catch you in the next episode of The Sit Down. This has been a very awesome, cool little experience. We'll see you very soon in the live stream. Take care, guys. I'm out.